Hey there gamers, so this is going to be the first of probably many in sort of a video diary for a Journeyman League, which myself and a few guys down at Hinkley Miniature Gamers are going to be doing. We're basically trying to build up a from scratch 50-point list, and the idea being we'll have finished it and have it fully painted by the time we get to February next year when we go to SmogCon. I'm actually building Vale 2 Tier 4. I know it's not very original, but it's a great list to get a good foundation for a Legion army. It's the pretty standard JVM list, so I'm starting the Journeyman with my battle box for October, and that's going to be Vale with a Scythian and an Angelius. As you can see here, Vale is still in the blister, and my Angelius is still in a box. For some reason it didn't come in a cardboard box, I don't know what's going on there. I have had a bit of a head start. My Scythian is basically finished. Nothing I could do about that. I bought him a while ago and I'm not just going to paint another one for the sake of it. There's plenty of Legion Heavy War Beast kits to build over the course of this Journeyman League. So yeah, I've got a couple of weeks to paint these up, and then I'll be playing some games against Chris, who's bringing Karchev. I believe he's got a Kodiak to start with. I'm not sure what else is in his battle group. And then Brave Rich, who is taking Dr. Arcadius, possibly in that new tier, not sure. But we'll catch up with those guys at some point, I'm sure, and we'll get some footage of the games. So yeah, back on with the assembly, I suppose. So last update was a few days ago. It's now Wednesday the 8th. Vale 2 is assembled, the Angelius is assembled. They were a massive faff. I coated my hands in super glue more than I think I ever have, apart from maybe Harbinger. I'm pretty happy with them. I'll try and put a few close-ups on the screen now. I've stood them both on some cork, tried to get this sort of raised, rocky, snowy base feel for my Legion. So I just need to put some sand on, and then I'm using the Games Workshop, what's it called? Games Workshop Northern Wastes basing kit for some icicles, which I'm putting on the models as well. You can see that on some of my other Legion models that are already finished. So I'm now going to go spray them grey, for which I'm using Army Painter. It's called Uniform Grey. And then I'll be back on with painting. So today's Sunday, and tonight we'll be going down to Hinkley Miniature Gamers for the first of the Battle Box games for the Journeyman. My models, as you've seen, are already assembled. Scythian I've made no progress on, he just needs some highlighting. I've mainly been focusing on the Angelius. As you can see, I've basically got him to a point where the base coats are done and he's had some washes. I suppose I'll use this point to talk about how I'm painting my Legion Beasts. After being spray painted, all of the purple is washed with Druchii Violet, which is a Games Workshop layer paint shade, and then for the browns I'm using Steel Legion Drab as a base coat, which is washed with Devlin Mud, which is now called Agrax Earthshade, but I've still got some of the original stuff left. And then I will be doing some highlights, but haven't done them yet. As for the pink, I'm doing Emperor's Children as the layer, and that's getting washed with Carroburg Crimson. You can see that on the model. There are some more highlights to go, but as I haven't done them yet, I can't really talk about them. So tonight I'm playing Chris. He'll be bringing down Karchev. We'll speak to him in a bit about the models he's bringing and what his tactics are, and hopefully we'll get some footage of the game. So yeah. So the first games of the Journeyman were a couple of days ago. I played against Chris and his Karchev list. In fact, for some more information about what Chris brought, why don't we ask him?
I'm Chris. Normally I'm a Storm player, but I've always liked the idea of Karchev, so I decided to start him as the Battle Box caster. Took the Kodiak because Pathfinder and Gravitainer Smash, always a good combination. And I like the Clamjacks. I always have the eye armour, makes them ridiculously stupid to get through. Combined with Karchev and an Earthy Rage, it's a case of slowly get up the field, get into their face because you can't take me out, and chuck you around.
Thanks, Chris. So yeah, we played 3 games in the end. We ended up playing 2 of the standard battle box game that we planned, which was Karchev versus Vale 2. I won the first game, Chris won the second game, and then just to mix it up a little bit, towards the end of the evening, he played the Syntherian battle box for Convergence of Cyrus, and I stuck with Vale 2. That's what I'm planning to do now for the foreseeable future. It was really good fun. He beat me in that game in the end because I can't get my head around the fact that I can camp Fury, but I need to leave a beast not on full so that I can actually transfer to it. Yeah, and in the end he didn't even have to go for Vale, he just smashed an Angelius and a Scythian into the ground. It was close-ish. It's Sunday again, it's now Sunday the 19th. Next wave of games is going to be tonight down at Hinckley. I'm due to be playing Rich and his battle box size Dr. Arcadius list, and I'm also going to be playing against Lee, who is bringing Gumbjorn, I think, with an Axa and a Bomber. Not the standard Impaler Bomber combo, but I'm sure he's got his reasons and we'll speak to him about that later. Painting, I've been doing a bit more work on Vale, but she's still not finished, although I'm pretty confident that all 3 of my models will be finished by the end of October, which is the goal. Big news this week, I suppose, for the last few days, is that I now have my copy of Exigence. I picked this up on Friday night and sat down with Lee and Kurt and Dee, and we did a bit of a review which Lee has filmed and has put out on his channel, Bleeped Up Productions. I'll try and put a link here now. If it doesn't appear there, then that's because I couldn't figure out how to do it, and there's a link in the description below. So yeah, fantastic book. Some of the fluff is incredibly entertaining. I'm probably going to do a bit of a breakdown of that at some point myself. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see. This Journeyman seems to be taking up a lot of time. That's it for now. We'll be back with some footage from the club tonight.
What up guys, it's Lee here from Bleeped Up Productions. I'm here on Feats and Miscasts with my good friend Mike. I'm in the Journeyman League. I'm taking Troll Bloods that I've been saying on my channel for ages I will take. I finally got around to using them, and I'm using Gumbjorn. And in the battle group is an Axa and a Bomber. And my tactics for this first month is shoot stuff from a distance, come at me, and then charge pretty much. But I took the Axa over an Impaler due to the fact that I already have Snipe with Gumbjorn, so I don't want to use that Animus, and I think the Rush Animus on the Axa will be a little bit better at the beginning of this game. Adding 2+ movement to either the Axa, the Bomber, or Gumbjorn will be much better than another Snipe spell, which I won't need. But I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to painting more models, and they're all themed like the New York Islanders, so what more do you want? It's a fun, bright orange and blue colour scheme. It looks awesome.
Hi, my name's Rich. I'm taking the Thornfall Alliance, taking Dr. Arcadius, along with a Warhog and a Roadhog for the battle group. Basically tactics will be charge, feat, and I'm still sort of asking questions about the whole Roadhog frenzying, charging an enemy. Does it still get to use the assault shot?
No, it doesn't get the assault shot. We checked on the forums, and because it's voluntary, it cannot do it when it frenzies. Bad Rich, naughty Rich. So the games on Sunday were really fun. Started off playing against Rich and his Arcadius list. The game didn't go very well for me. I missed both obliterations on Vale's feet turn into a war beast that didn't have the best defense. I can't remember what it was, 13 or something, not great. And then my Angelius swooped in and charged Arcadius, and it was going to be really cinematic because he was going to stab him with his tail, but then he missed, and then he missed, and then he missed, and then maybe missed again. I can't remember. Some of the time I even boosted so that I would hit, and it didn't make any difference. I still missed. I need to play terrain better. With Legion I need to be taking advantage of hiding behind forests and things, because I can, and that's part of the way that they play, and I need to get used to that. With being Menoth, I'm always like, oh my god, a forest, quick, get to the other side of the table, because I'll be so slow, but Legion doesn't play like that, and that's something I'm still learning. after I played against Rich, I played against Lee and his troll list. His Gumbjorn Axe Bomber combo worked really well for him. With Snipe on the Bomber, he was out-threatening my Scythian, and maybe I should have moved Occultation onto him. I think that probably would have worked well, but to be honest, I don't think Lee could roll less than a 14 on 3 dice every single time. Obviously he's boosting that as much as he can. At the low points levels you really can't afford to just boost everything, especially with the Rate of Fire 2 bomb and like a Fury 4 beast. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, it was a really good game anyway. I've probably already said this, we won 1 each. So tonight we're going down to Fat Cats. I am going to hopefully get games in against a few different people. I think there's loads coming down. We've got Dan with his Scorn, it's going to be his first appearance. We've also got Lee and Rich down again, and then possibly some Kador, possibly some Signar, possibly some Convergence. It's going to be a bit of a manic one. Time for a quick summary of the Fat Cats games then. My first game was against Dan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dan. This is only my 3rd ever game with Warm Hordes, so this is quite interesting. I'd like to say that I've used a lot of strategy and thought, planning, using a lot of tactical thinkers from history to drive my planning for this, but the truth is I haven't. I've just picked the stuff that I think looks quite cool. So basically what I've got is Caster is P. Hexorus, who looks quite good to me. I prefer him because he's got quite a high focus stat, which seems to work better with the way I play. I've got a Titan Gladiator, which is the big guy, looks like a really angry elephant with 4 arms. Well, basically he's there to do all the damage. I've got a Cyclops Brute because I don't like my casters getting punched in the face, and finally a Basilisk Career for the tricksy stuff. That's it, so that's my 12 points. Here's some random bloke. I've never seen him before. I might have seen him once I've got a police programme. Anyway, that's it. That's what I've got, and hopefully I'm going to play Mike Sherlock and kick his ass next week. Boo!
He did. Sad face. But there was one saving grace. One moment of glory.
Take that, Kriya! Yeah! Well, you've killed the Kriya, so I'm going to read the Fury off him. Yeah.
For my second game, played against Steph.
Well, my name's Steph, and I'm playing Circle, and I have Cassius with Wormwood, and I'm taking a Feral, a Winter August, and a normal August. That's my back.
Game against Steph was really fun. We pretty much wound up doing this around the board, trying to desperately not get killed by each other. That tree was teleporting around, and then I was running around trying to stop Vale from being sprayed by stuff. I ended up winning because the Feral couldn't finish off the Angelius, and by that point the Scythian had already gone nom 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 all over the Arguses and stuff. Really good laugh. Lee also had his first taste of the extra layer of Trollblood survivability, the tough roll.
Right, my last attack. This is what I'm praying. 7s. Oh, I didn't throw my bomb. Bollocks. 7s. Hits. I'm going to critical smite him as well. So he goes directly away, 4 inches, and he's knocked down. Oh, lovely. What did I roll to hit there? He's on fire as well.
10s he rolled. 2
Crit fire. He's going to be dead before I even get the token out, aren't I? There we go.
Oh, you got
+1. What, with the crit smite? Isn't it changed? Or is it still power strength 14, 17? It's still power strength.
Yeah, still the same.
Alright, +1. Oh. Yeah, he's dead. Tough roll. Oh. He's a troll. Yeah. Ah! Just pray that fucking fire goes out, boy. That's the turn. Fire. Doesn't go out. Power 12, -4. Tough roll. Tough. Yes! Tough! Just when I really wanted that to happen.
You gotta shake. October is over, the Battle Box section of the Journeyman League is completely done, so we'll now in November be moving up to 15 points, but I'll talk about that in the next video. I've managed to paint all 3 of my models, the first of which we'll talk about now, I guess, is Vale 2. She's stood on a big rock, surrounded by snow. I've kept the blood spatter off my Warlock bases. The beasts are all covered in blood from using the Blood for the Blood God texture paint from Games Workshop, which is amazing, but I kind of wanted to stick with the beasts out there eating rival army stuff, whereas the warlock's standing a bit further back, reserved and not getting spattered by the blood of dead Thornfall Alliance beasts. Sorry, Rich. The Angelius is probably my favourite. I think it looks really good. The pink wings looks pretty good. Phil described it as a bit pride, but I'm going to take that as a compliment anyway, why not? I think they look really cool and they're pretty bold, they stand out on the table. The icicles and the snow from the Games Workshop, what was it, Northern Waste basing kit, I think look really good. Add a bit of depth and sort of textures at the bottom of the model. The Scythian I was already pretty happy with at the start of the month. Now he's got all the highlights on as well using Genestealer Purple, which I didn't mention last time. So yeah, I've played a few games, won a few games, lost a few games, but lessons have been learned, and when it gets to the 15-point level, hopefully I'll get some games in against those people again and maybe manage to win. So I suppose that wraps it up for October. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you have, leave me a comment abusing me, telling me all the things that I did wrong and how it's lame that I'm running eVale in a Journeyman League because, yeah, the internet and stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next month with another update.